Welcome back to the Now's Media Podcast. This is Bonding with Bond. I'm Mark.
And I'm Nicholas.
And today The Evil is Dead. This is the final Roger Moore Bond movie that we have to sit through, and it is not very good.
He can't hurt us anymore.
Yeah, it's on par. You know, it's in the MO of Roger Moore. It's a bad movie, but it has some things I like in it, and a lot of things that make me very upset and mad. And I get very, and as Nick saw while we watched it, I would get very red in the face, and I start screaming.
Yeah, especially at some key points.
Yeah,
I didn't have to yell, but I definitely wasn't having fun for a lot of it. But good villain. It's pretty good.
Good henchman.
Yeah, great henchman.
Mm-hmm. But so we open up with Bond in Siberia.
Yes, because it's a Siberian research lab, they say.
Cool.
It's a throwaway line way later.
Okay. Well, anyway, we see a stunt double in Siberia, and Roger Moore's rear projection. He finds a body of a man, and he looks in the locket. There's a picture of his family and stuff, but there's also a microchip, and that is the body of 003. You know, always good to see a 00 in the field dead, other than Bond. And then,
I kind of like it. I liked. What have they done? 2 or 3 times? This maybe be the third.
I remember Octopus. Yeah, what's the other one?
There was one way earlier on, but I can't remember which one it is.
Are you referring to the idea that they said that a 005, I think, or 004 got killed by Scaramanga back in the Golden Gun?
Oh, that might be what I'm thinking of. Maybe there's another one too, because I feel like they must have for Sean at some point.
No, they showed us all the 00s with Sean.
Yeah, at the table.
Yeah.
Okay. So 3?
Yeah.
Or third?
We're gonna see a lot more of it with Dalton, but anyway,
I'm excited. I love the more of the lore of the 00s.
Yeah. So he immediately gets caught by the bad guys, and we have another ski sequence. So of the 3 ski sequences, or the 4 ski sequences, this is the worst.
Well, if you just cut out any part that Roger Moore's in, it's all right.
I mean, he's only in the rear
there.
projection sequences.
Yeah.
No, I think I feel like it feels like retreaded territory. Like we already did that. We did this 2 films ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know, on For Your Eyes Only. We did it, and then before that we did it 2 films before that on Spy Who Loved Me, and then we did it on Her Majesty's Secret Service. Like, enough with the skiing.
Yeah,
It's not because it's not like they're adding anything to it. They're just doing the same thing. Oh, he loses a ski, gets to go do another thing, and then he gets another thing, and it's just like, okay.
Yeah, and I think this was the weakest of the ski scenes too. I think it's a cool setting, and I like the getaway submarine that they end up using. But besides that, I think it's pretty meh.
Yeah.
I think the other ski scenes are better, especially on Your Majesty's Secret Service.
Yeah, and Spy Who Loved Me.
Yeah.
But with this one, then he gets a snowboard thing, and we get I'm a big fan of the Beach Boys. I love me some Beach Boys, but I do not think the Beach Boys and Bond coalesce at all. If anything, what they should have done, which it probably would have been more expensive, so that's probably why they didn't do it, but thematically, it would have been better if you would have taken the Beatles and used the Beatles parody of the Beach Boys, which is back in the USSR, because isn't Siberia part of the USSR at this point?
And they'd still get that beach vibe for it.
Yeah, because you had that back in the USSR, and he goes down.
Yeah, I hated it, though.
But instead we have... Well, East Coast girls are hip, and it's not even the Beach Boys; it's the cover of the Beach Boys, so it makes it even worse.
Especially when you have such a banger of a theme. Just use the theme.
Yeah. Well, they can't. Admittedly, they can't show you the theme yet.
Oh, this is pre-title sequence.
Mm-hmm. So you have to wait for that, but I do agree if this was another part of the film, I would agree with you.
Yeah, because I don't think they use it again.
They use it throughout the film. They use an orchestral version.
Okay, yeah,
but
and I like it a lot.
Yeah, I mean, what they could have just done is they could have used the James Bond theme.
Yeah,
but
no,
it's taboo still.
They'll figure it out.
Will they? I'm starting to come to the realization that maybe they just never use it ever.
We'll see. But we get jumping forward a little bit. We get a couple chases in this one, and they all have music, and it's all way better. It's like, man.
John Glenn has been doing great with that.
Yeah, he learned.
Well, he's done it his whole tenure.
Oh, okay.
So far, his first 2 films, we haven't really complained about that. The only time he didn't, because remember for Your Eyes Only when he was doing the Mini Coupe thing, we were like, oh my god.
Yeah. I can hear not silence.
Yeah, and then so anyway, he goes into like he blows up a helicopter using gas, even though all they would have had to do is maintain steadiness.
Just hover.
And let's open the door so that the gas can leave.
Yeah, they freak out.
And they crash, and then he gets into like an iceberg submarine.
It's like a little decoy, and it's is it a porthole? I forget what the thing you jump in. It opens up and it's got the Union Jack on the underside of it. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
And then Bond takes off his hoodie, and we see the Botoxed, thinning hair Roger Moore, and this girl, a girl who's actually in Octopussy, who played Octopussy's henchwoman. But they're like, oh, I got the. I found my friend's dead body, but I'm pretty happy because I got wine, I got some food, and I got this microchip. My eyes can't blink.
Yeah, it's really, his eyes are super wide in a lot of the shots of this, and I'm like, oh, this looks kind of weird.
Yeah, and we also have, and then they basically say like, oh, we're gonna be in here for 5 days, so let's start fucking.
Yeah,
because it's gonna get him 5 days to get hard because he's fucking 80 years old. Then we got our title sequence, If You Do a Kill, and the song, a banger.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's definitely up there with my favorite songs.
I think it's probably the best one since...
You Only Live and Let Die?
Yeah, Live and Let Die. I think it's on par with that, but I did like the Spy Who Loved Me's theme a lot, so I'll probably say...
Did you end up listening to it more and more?
The Spy Who Loved Me one's good with the... Nobody does it better.
Yeah, it wasn't Octopussy.
Oh, Never Say Never Again?
Yeah.
No, Never Say Never Again, I did not...
end up liking it?
I like it, but it's not like a song that I'd ever listen to outside of watching it. When I'm, maybe when I'm taking a shower, I'll go, never say never again.
You're like, I might see myself in the shower saying, never say never again.
Yeah.
I'm glad that it ended up working out.
Yeah, that's its purpose in my life.
Perfect.
Yeah, we also have a pretty wild Maurice Bender opening sequence. We have a lot of neon paint on women, and they're dancing around fire and stuff. We have the same images of Roger Moore that they've been using since 1977.
Yep.
Because the series is tired and broken the fuck down.
Yeah, I think the images that show up worked in a couple of the movies, but in this one it's just kind of weird in the title sequence because everything's so like neon and like black light paint, and it looks pretty cool. And there's this weird ice sculpture thing that they like put a flamethrower to, and it looks kind of cool.
Yeah, it's like
the skiing.
The thing is, I feel like this movie's trying to be more modern, but like its cast and its setting and tone is not allowing it to progress. Because you're having Duran Duran, it's hitting you in the face, but then we see images of a fucking 90-year-old man with a gun, and it's just like, what? This doesn't really work.
And you were talking to like a lot of the henchmen and stuff. It's just old men fighting each other.
Yeah, I think there's a scene where they go to
the underground base thing.
No, that. But I was thinking about the scene where they go to the horse race and you see MI6 together, and they're all like fucking old.
Yeah,
and the movie isn't playing into it. It's just like a thing that they're not like, but like everything else in the movie is being like, it's new, it's hip, and it's like it's not because they don't have a hip. It's just rough. It's rough to watch.
Yeah. Not the most fun ride. And it sucks because there's so much good in this one, too. Like, I loved Christopher Walken was great. I was like, oh, he like ends up being probably one of the harshest villains we've seen. And I was like, I don't like this, but I like it for a villain.
Yeah, it's been the best villain of the 80s so far.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
We also have our final Moneypenny Bond in the office scene, where Bond goes to the hat rack and Moneypenny's hat's there, and he's gonna toss the hat at one point, and then she's like, "No, it's my hat," and he's and like they're
yeah.
They're old. It's not.
Yeah. I don't know why she's acting like he would ever throw his hat because he.
Yeah. Her assistant.
Bourbon.
Her assistant isn't there anymore.
Yeah, unfortunately, that would have been so great if they were slowly writing her out and got the new Moneypenny in there.
Yeah.
But no.
Then we go into Q's office. I mean, not Q's office, M's office, and. So this is Robert Brown's second appearance, and we already have an issue. Is that every time we see Robert Brown, the Ministry of Defense is there, the Q is there, and it's just like it feeds into that thing that we talk about with Moore and his relationship with M's. It's like it's the friends hanging out, the boys are getting back together.
I didn't even think of that. They don't really have a solo scene. It's like always a cast around them, and that's kind of lame.
Yeah,
that's not how you build a relationship.
And Robert Brown at this point is so like I miss Bernard Lee so fucking much because like Brown is just so like matter of the fact of like Bob, we're gonna do this.
Stop playing with your toys.
Stop playing with your toys. Blah blah blah. Well, if Bernard really was like, oh shut up, Q, you fucking punts.
Or when he's like, this is a microchip, and he goes, we know what a microchip is. Tell us the other stuff.
Yeah, and it's just like, aren't you the head?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is also our Q scene, by the way, and he's just telling us about the microchip that Bond found and how it's maybe connected to this guy named Max Zorin. And Ministry of Defense is the one pretty much giving all the orders while M's just like, yeah.
Yeah, it's bad.
It is bad.
Yeah, and I didn't realize till close to the end, but Bond didn't even get any gadgets or anything. They use this stupid robot dog thing again, but that's for the I almost feel like
we didn't even mention that Q was playing with a robot dog.
Yeah,
that looks like the thing from Star Wars Episode 4: Attack, A New Hope, when they're
the mouse bot.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it's shaped like it, but they gave him a head.
Yeah, when it first came on screen, I was like, "What is this, fucking Star Wars?" I thought we got through this with Moonraker.
Yeah. No, Return of the Jedi came out 2 years ago. We gotta fucking cap it. It beat both Octopussy and Never Say Never Again. So we gotta get back in the sci-fi kick.
We know what we need.
Yeah.
In the just at the end of the movie when it shows up, those are like the equivalent of like after credit scenes for me now, where I'm like it doesn't add anything. They're just dumb little blooper almost things. I'm like, why do we have these?
What are you talking about?
Like when the dog robot shows up again, and it's just the stupid
Oh,
we found Bondi's having sex again.
Oh,
it's like I almost want that to be like after the credits or something.
I mean, I'm fine with it us not having gadgets, as you know.
I think it's all right.
I like the gadget if it makes a lot of sense and it's minimal.
Yeah,
like I like take realism. This pill. It'll tell you where you are.
Take it now.
Yeah, I like hey, this pen, it explodes.
Yeah.
It
shoots a little missile thingy.
This watch, it's magnetic.
Yeah.
That's what I like. I don't really,
I like the practical stuff. I don't like chainsaw watch or like the laser watch thing is like kind of the line with me for that.
Mm-hmm.
Where I'm like, okay, that is multi-purpose enough that I'm like, okay. And grounded in reality.
Yeah, on this rewatch, I've like prefer when we don't have gadgets. Honestly, like I think that it proves it within like our taste of our favorites as well.
Yeah, well, they have gadgets in this, and they're used like properly. Like they scan the room for espionage stuff, and it's like
like those little ones I like.
Yeah.
It's more of like
No, I know what you mean. It's not
we don't have a crazy car.
Yeah, it's not a glider.
Yeah, I think that's where I think the older I get, the less I care for crazy cars.
Yeah, I like the DB8 and stuff. I like I think
the Goldfinger car.
Like all of them. The silver Aston Martin.
Yeah,
it's just like It's got I hate the shield that goes up on the back window, but whatever.
Yeah.
Sure. And like it shoots oil and cars slip behind them. Like that works.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I think it's more of like I'm glad that we haven't really had a crazy car since Spy Who Loved Me.
It's not a submarine.
Yeah, which I thought it worked for Spy Who Loved Me, but I was like, I'm glad we haven't had one in a while.
No, you're right.
And I don't think we're gonna have one for a couple more films at least. So
what if he had a robot horse in this one, and they made him race in the Kentucky Derby?
Dude, I'm surprised that Max Zorn isn't a fucking robot, honestly, because Terminator came out the year prior.
Oh no. I'm imagining this movie with, instead of superhumans, they're all Terminators.
Dude, I honestly, I would not if they would have went into production 6 months later. You know, the end of the movie when he's hanging off the fucking bridge, they would have ripped his face off, and it would have had a robot face.
I'm honestly surprised they didn't just do something like that in the last scene and be like, "Oh my god, he was a robot the whole time."
Yeah.
Or like he the robot dog triggers something in him.
Yeah.
It's like, brother.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not huge on the gadgets. That's what that was the thesis of what I was trying to get to.
I don't, but I feel like Q does nothing in this movie, and I like when they have better Q scenes, and that almost requires gadgets.
It does, but like I said, like the gadget, like some of the best Q scenes are the ones where the gadget is minimal. Like the suitcase and From Russia with Love.
I hate that stupid designed suitcase. But man,
I
that's
love
a good
that
scene.
suitcase.
I hate that it's just like half of the gadget is that there's literally, it's not even hidden. It's just a gun on the inside of a briefcase.
Yeah.
Like, hey, it fits in there. It's not even like foam cord into place or anything. It's not tied down. It's just
doesn't need to be.
It's so stupid.
Doesn't
the
need
sovereigns, that was cool though.
Yeah. The gas.
Yeah. The gas is another one where I'm like, obviously it was limited by the time.
Yeah.
If they were like, oh, it's like built into the lock or something, like you can't see the canister. It's like just if you open it backwards it shoots gas or something.
Yeah.
Or you have to open it backwards to open it, and the right way it does gas. That would have been mint.
Yeah,
but instead it's like a helium tank on the inside.
I don't know. I like that scene a lot. I like Thunderball scene. I like
Thunderball's good.
I like the one in Goldfinger.
You
I
like Little Melly.
I did not like the Little Melly scene. And You Only Live Twice, I did not like that one.
Yeah.
I like the one in Spy Who Loved Me when he's just like, ow, fuck.
Yeah. I can't remember which one it is, but he gets, I forget what type of car. It might be a Lambo or something. He gets a new car in the field. They get off a boat.
Yeah, so
perfect. Yeah. And he leaves and he's like,
yeah, that's what I just said.
Good. It's a good one.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the movie. Back to the movie at hand. Bond and MI6 go out to a horse race, and they're dressing very posh and dapper, which, oh, God.
Yep.
And they're looking at Zorin and whatnot, and, you know, Moneypenny's really into the race, and then M gives you exposition dump, and he's just like, oh, Max Zorin, he was in West Germany, KGB, blah, 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 and he runs an oil company, blah, 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 and, you know, he has no accent. He speaks 5 languages, no accent. Yeah. Christopher Walken, you know, has no accent. And then Bond's like, who's that girl next to him? And he's like, and M's like, who? It's like, no, the one fucking black person at this fucking event who's also wearing bright red and a fucking dress. Boot on her head. Like, you're gonna miss fucking Grace Jones, and you know, he's like, oh, her name's Mayday. It's Max's girlfriend, I guess. And it's just like, yeah, it took you long enough.
It's weird because that scene too, they almost talk over each other. It was like the first thing, because you were like, what did they say there? I was like, I literally don't know.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds like M's like trying to start a line while Bond's talking, and it's like, oh, and then they just said, yeah, one take's good.
Yeah. We then see Tibbet, who's going to be our Felix for the first half of the film. We're going to have 2 Felixes because they kill him off too quickly. And
I think, I almost feel like he died, if they were going to do 2. I'm glad they did it there because he has a lot of good scenes. But I wish it was just him through the whole movie.
It's more of they fucked up the writing of this movie, and that the third act, or the second half of the second act, didn't need most of what happened because they could have just rewritten the character. Because like the reason why we needed two Felixes is because we needed to have more
CIA guy too.
Yeah, because we had to get more shit for Stacy to establish her character. But there's an easy rewrite that we're gonna get into, where I'm gonna get very upset. That would have fixed that. Anyway, we have a shot of MI6. We have Q, Tibbet, Roger Moore, Moneypenny, and M, and it looks like what you see outside a retirement home.
Yeah, it's shocking.
Yeah, and then like the horse that wins. Zoran's horse starts freaking out, and Grace Jones,
Pegasus.
Yeah, like calms it down.
Yeah.
We then go to Paris, and we meet some guy who I don't remember.
I don't remember his name either, but he is an informant on. He's like I want to say like commissioner for the horse drug testing or something.
Yeah. He's there to give us some exposition, but he doesn't really give us anything. He's an excuse to be a sacrificial lamb to establish a chase scene that is not very great. Nope. And he's basically Monsieur Bond, Zoran's going to be having this very public horse thing. So that's only information that Bond gets from this guy. He has no other information.
Yeah.
While this is happening at the restaurant, there's like a bunch of a butterfly thing where they're on fish hooks and they're like flying them. Grace Jones commandeers one, hits the guy with the poison one, and then Bond's like, "Oh bother!"
Yeah, it's pretty weird, very clunky.
Yeah, and then Bond chases Grace Jones, and she gets a very good look at his face, and she but she doesn't remember his face until the second act of the film.
Yeah.
They chase through the Eiffel Tower, right?
Yeah. They're climbing up it. I'm trying to catch
Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah, I didn't see him there though.
Yeah. He's somewhere.
Yeah, he might have been there, and it's just didn't get close enough on his face.
There is a close up on Dolph.
Oh, okay.
Dolph Lundgren's in this for a second. I'm gonna go back and see if we can find him.
Yeah,
this is the worst shit I know.
You want to explain why he's in it?
Dolph Lundgren was Grace Jones's boyfriend at the time, and they were like a very hot couple.
And at the time, he's doing Rocky IV. Yeah,
Rocky IV, the esteemed Rocky IV, one of the great films of the '80s. I love Rocky IV, but I know a lot of people don't.
Eventually, I'll end up watching the Rocky series.
Yeah, they climb up the Eiffel Tower. And Grace Jones parachutes off of it. Bond jumps onto a elevator, and then
commandeers a taxi cab.
Yeah, with the worst dubbing ever. He's like, "Oh my god, oh!" And then he drives away. And then
he keeps coming.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh." Oh, and then John keeps driving, and then and then like Bond drives downstairs. He's like, "Oh no, my god!" And it's like, dude, fuck
it's so
off.
Weird.
It's awful, and the chase scene is like kind of shitty because like, every
terrible.
Time cut to Moore, it's clearly not Roger Moore.
Yeah, and his car gets like the breakaway car stop things that drop in front of railroad tracks are meant to be able to be broken in case you get like stuck in the middle and stuff. And he just gets his car cut in half by it somehow. And then he gets like rear-ended and the back half pops off or something.
French cars, I guess.
Oh my goodness, it's a commentary.
Yeah, and then they jump onto like a boat, and Bond crashes their wedding cake, and Grace Jones gets away as the cooks try to kill James Bond. Very anticlimactic.
This scene. Is first thing I noticed. He jumps, he lands in their wedding cake, clean suit. Just make him look a little dirty. Put some cake on him.
That would require Roger Moore to look in distress for a second,
or be on set.
Yeah, exactly. That would require the minimalist of effort from Roger Moore, and that is not something that we get from Roger ever.
Yeah,
while Roger is almost murdered by a couple of chefs, Christopher Walken's like, "Is it done?" And she goes, he goes, and then she starts laughing like crazy, and I'm like, all right, I'm in.
Yeah, it's something. Their chemistry is great.
Yeah, they're the highlight of the film.
Oh yeah, they're so good together.
Yeah, and then M chastises Bond for wasting money. He's just like, "Oh, you bloody bastard, you fucking, I don't know, you cost $6 million in damages, which is like, I highly doubt that.
He's like, what did you get in information? He's like, he's selling a horse.
Horse at a public thing that everyone knows is happening.
And we get, what was his name?
Tibbet. Titty?
Yeah, I like Titty better.
Yeah.
Titty goes, I can get you into the horse show. It's short notice, but I bet I can do it.
Yeah, this public horse show.
It's probably invite only, though.
I mean, yeah, but
you got to have proof you can buy these $3 million horses.
Yeah, it's just the sheer absurdity. Anyway, he plays what is it, St. John Smyers or whatever?
Oh, I don't care. I think it's like Smyers, or because he says it sounds like Smiles.
Yeah, and Tibbets plays his like servant.
Yes, yeah, and it's pretty funny. I think they do a good job with it.
Yeah, they have great chemistry.
Yeah, I was actually shocked at how good their chemistry was.
Yeah, that Roger Moore had chemistry with another human being for once.
It's a beautiful thing.
You know what's funny? We're in the minority on that. Where a lot of people think
together?
No, that's like a universal thing. But like everyone kind of has this thing where they're like, oh, Roger Moore has like chemistry with everybody. And it's like, I don't think he's had chemistry with a single person in this series.
He had too much chemistry with M.
Yeah.
There were a couple times where I thought he was doing all right. Especially with females, it's very rough most of the time. The only time that I'm like, oh, it's like all right, is the scene in Egypt where he's talking. Is it Triple X he's talking? No, it's a different spy there. What movie? It's a movie with Jaws.
It's Spy Who Loved Me.
Is it?
It would be Triple X.
Oh yeah. Look at me. Thought I didn't give myself enough credit. I actually knew someone's name for once.
Yeah, not even their name, their code name.
Yeah, This is so much more than I was expecting to be able to remember. Yeah. So, but I thought that scene was pretty good, where he's talking about his wife and stuff. Mm-hmm. But besides that, nothing comes to mind.
Yeah. Anyway, Bond is talking to one of Zoran's henchmen guys, and Tibbet follows this crazy German doctor dude with the horse, but then the horse disappears. Ooh,
where did it go?
Intrigue.
I like it. Now that I think of it, he had two things disappear on him, because Grace disappears later too.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe he should have checked their back seat.
Maybe he should have investigated that one as much as the horse.
Yeah, and and then I think we go right to like a
It's them in the house, right?
Yeah, they're getting brought in. What's the girl's name? It's some sexual innuendo.
I forget, but he makes a terrible joke.
He's like,
about
"Oh, are you in the saddle a lot?" She's like,
yeah.
"I was like an early morning ride."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, me too. Come on, Tibbet, with those bags. Stop huffing and puffing as if Roger Moore is about to have a heart attack."
Oh yeah, there's a good little bit where he gets in the room and he's like, "Here, I'll take something." He takes the umbrella out from under his arm.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Yeah, he's carrying like 6 bags right now.
Yeah, and as she leaves, like Bond and him are like still like he's still chastising him as they're looking for the bugs. And they find it, and once they find it, they put a tape recorder or a tape player next to it, and they play pre-recorded arguments of them.
Yeah. Which I loved.
Me too. And then they go out, and they begin. He's like, "So what about this? What's going on with Pegasus?" And he's just like, "Oh, he disappeared on me," and blah blah blah. And Bond's like, "Oh, that's weird. Who's that German scientist guy with a monocle?" And he's just like, "Oh, I don't know. He's the one who was there when the horse disappeared." Yeah. And it's just like, cool. We're not learning much.
No, yeah.
Like, why wasn't Bond the one who could have saw that? I don't know. But we do actually cut back to like the dudes listening into the conversation, and they're like, "I would hate to be that guy's servant." And as they play like them arguing, which I thought was cute.
Oh yeah, I liked it. I don't know. I think it builds a security guard character more, because there were times in the movie where I forgot. Like, I saw random guy doing something, and I was like, "Who is that?" And I was like, "Oh, it's a security guy."
That guy, yeah.
And I think that's the scene of him listening to the conversation that like put him in my mind for the rest of the movie. Mm-hmm. That, and he has like a really slight scar on his face.
Yeah, like the first act of this movie has a lot of good ideas. Mm-hmm. It's just that every time they give you something good, they take it away and they give you something bad. Like that is like the con with this film. Like also I'll say up front, I think this is probably better than Octopussy.
Yeah.
Because it I was never bored watching this one, where Octopussy I was like snoozing.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of good parts in this one. Like these scenes jump out to me. There's some really crappy chase stuff coming up, but I think the ending's pretty good, and I really like the villain henchman in this.
Yeah.
And I think that's enough to keep me occupied the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What?
Bond girl's so bad in this one.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, we meet her, it's Stacy Sutton, and I'm going to get into a rant of why I think this character does not belong in the film at all.
Mm-hmm.
I think they should have had a mystery girl who you don't see her face, and that's it. And Bond be like, who is that? Who is that girl with a great figure? And blah blah blah. And David's like, you're on a mission. He's like, well, but I have to sacrifice myself occasionally.
Oh my god, the worst. Second worst delivery of anything in this movie. It was so bad.
Yeah,
it's like I have to sacrifice myself sometimes.
Yeah, but you have like you build up that mystery, right? You don't show her, and then you even see her again later on, and he looks at her. He's like, who is she? She looks familiar. And then Grace Jones shows up, and she's like, I don't think so. Get away. We don't bring her up again for the rest of until the second act.
Yeah.
That's what this is for my rewrite. Anyway, Bond goes and mixes with the party. He meets the German scientist guy, and he's just like, I like eugenics. I like breeding horses and making them fucking master race horses.
I'm a Nazi.
Yeah. I also do it with people. If you catch my drift. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? And then we meet Bob Connolly, who's hi, I have a Texas accent, but I'm from San Francisco. I'm in the oil business.
Yeah,
and it's just like, yeah, we know.
Yeah, goes,
we can tell you're in the oil business from the way you talk. And
I am American.
Yeah. And then he meets Zoran, I believe, right?
Yeah,
and him and Zoran.
There's a lot of
back and forth.
Yeah, and we get a kind of cool gadget that I forgot about, the Ring camera, where he's taking pictures of everybody he's talking to.
Yeah, and he also, but it was Zoran. He's just like, I feel most comfortable.
Yeah.
In the saddle. And then Morris says something like, oh yes, but I also like I'm also a big fly fisher.
Yeah.
And Balkan's like, I'm neglecting my guests.
Yeah.
Walk around and see me later. And then Bond walks away, and he starts talking to Stacy Sutton, our terrible Bond girl, and he's like, Mayday, get her away from him.
Mm-hmm.
And then she does.
I know what I didn't even think about this, but why does he care
about Stacy?
Yeah,
because she came in a helicopter.
Oh no! I mean, why does not Zorro?
Zoran?
Yeah.
Why does he care that Stacy?
Yeah. Because he stole the company from her grandfather.
Yeah, and he's paying her off, so it's like, but she's also a geologist or something, so he could she could possibly lead him to something, but he also doesn't even know that he's Bond yet. He just knows he's a weirdo. Because if I saw this guy, I'd be like, that guy's not a secret agent because he's 60 years old.
That guy's not going to be able to do anything.
Yeah. I do like the part where he meets let's go back. I do like the part where he meets the old Nazi guy, because like there's a part he comes out of a room he wasn't supposed to be in, and he looks at the guy, and he's like, "Oh, hi."
Yeah.
And he's like, "What were you doing in there?" And he's just like, "I'm looking for the bar." And then they go have a drink. And that's where everything happens. Anyway,
that's where all the pictures come from.
Yeah, and he's talking to Stacy, and like he's just like, oh, what's fuck, and she's and the Grace Jones is like, I don't think so. Your helicopter arrived. You're leaving now. And she's like, okay. And he's like, oh, but I'd be so lonely without you, miss. And she doesn't give her a name.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff. And then she leaves, and then she's just like, oh, I'll be so lonely. And Grace Jones is like, I don't think so. And he's like, oh, you'll see that personally.
Yeah. Which I like, because they bring it back up later.
They
I was
do.
like, damn, that's some good writing.
Some.
Yeah. Oh, I chose my words very strategically.
Then that night, Tippett goes to find where the doctor brought that horse, and Bond already is one step ahead of him. And he scares Tippett, scared shitless.
He like puts his hand on
Tippett's
like mouth, and Tippett starts freaking out like he's choking.
You know, and it's like, Tippett, put your hand on it, like, relax.
He's just saying hi.
And then they go downstairs. They find out that the horses have been put on having surgery, and they have a microchip in it that makes them have steroids or something. And there's a fucking, I don't know.
Makes horse go faster, I guess.
Yeah, it makes them go zoom, zoom, zoom.
Yeah.
Like, do you care? Makes it's technobabble.
It doesn't come back anyways, so who cares?
It kind of does, but like not really.
I don't even remember it coming back.
It's because of the microchip. And the whole movie's thing about Max is making microchips that are pretty much going to take over Silicon Valley. So it's a microchip that's like stronger than most microchips. Some shit I don't fucking know.
No, yeah, you're right. So he's making like the best microchips, and he's destroying Silicon Valley so that nobody else is making chips though.
So he'll have a monopoly over it.
But
it's Goldfinger.
He could just make a shit one, and then he's the only one making them, and it wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
Whatever.
He literally has the same goal that Goldfinger had in Goldfinger.
Well, Goldfinger
wanted to cripple everyone's like thing, but because then he would be the person who would have the economy.
Yeah, and
he could give it to anyone who he pleased.
Yeah.
But anyway, Bond and him too almost get caught, and they fight these two middle-aged men. Yeah. the oldest fucking henchman I've ever seen in my life.
Yep.
And like it's like a fat fucking dude with a white beard. That's who Magazor, ex-KGB, is hiring apparently.
Yeah. It's terrible, and that's like this scene really highlights it. It's like, is it just gonna be old people fighting old people in this? Because this should be his last movie.
Yeah, this actually wasn't supposed to have him in it.
Oh, really?
He was done with Octopus. He wasn't supposed to be in the last one either.
Really?
He was supposed to be done at For Your Eyes Only. That was the one that was designed to be his last.
Yeah.
So why they brought the Blofeld thing in there. They did all the thing. They did all that. It was supposed to be the end. He had to come back for Octopussy because of Sean. And he came back for this because they had no other option. Because everyone else they had ideas for was either busy or like didn't work out.
Yeah. That's sad.
So this could have been Dalton's first. This could have been Brosnan's first, but both men were busy. Sam Neill was also considered. And then they would all be considered again for the next one. And then, whatever. We'll get more into that at the end of this episode.
Oh, okay.
Where we'll talk about that because I think it's cool.
Okay.
Anyway, like they have a really shitty fight scene, and then we cut to a really bizarre scene of like they're like a packing station. They like squish the bad guys. It's stupid.
Yeah,
it's fucking
sucks.
Really dumb. And we then go to a weird scene where Walken and Mayday are fucking fighting.
Yeah.
And
Walken should be in Mayday's outfit.
Oh yeah, and he gets on top of her, and she starts barking or like trying to bite him like a dog.
Yeah.
And then he starts kissing her, and then the phone rings, and then he stops and he goes to grab the phone, and she rolls over like, oh, I thought we were gonna have dog sex tonight. and then he's just like, I told you not to disturb us. And like someone fought in the thing, dude, and they fucked with your horse pills.
Yeah, somebody found your underground lair.
Yeah, and he's like, I'll be down in a minute. And I think and then they cut away, I think, to like him, like Bond trying to get inside the house again.
Yeah, because they sound the alarm to put the security up. And then I think he goes, hey, the recording stopped.
Yeah, and then they go into Bond's room, and they find that he's not there, and she's like, oh, he was the guy in Paris.
Yeah, she remembered conveniently now.
Yeah. And then she goes to her room, and Bond is naked.
In bed.
He's like, I've been waiting for you, Mayday, to take care of me.
You said you were going to take care of me personally.
And then she looks over to Walken, and Walken's like, sure, I'm into polyamory. And she does. She goes to sleep with him. Walken's so good.
Dude, Walken's insane in this movie. He's so good. I mean, I think Mayday's great, too.
Yeah.
I think their relationship's awesome all the way through, too.
Yeah.
And that scene is so great because Walken's like, oh, okay, well, whatever, and walks away.
I think I just noticed a jump cut in the film.
Really?
Yeah. But anyway, Mayday gets naked and gets in bed with Bond, and a jump cut, I think, happens. Unless I'm crazy. Yeah, a jump cut did happen.
You must have seen some nipple.
Yeah, and Bond does a thing where he usually dominates a woman, but then she throws him over and gets on top of him, and I'm like, oh yeah. And then he had the reaction of Roger. He's like, am I about to get paid?
Yeah. She doesn't bark like a dog, though.
Yeah. It would have been, I think it would have been cool if they had if they did like a really like animalistic sex thing, really like crazy. Like she started biting him. He's like, ooh! Yeah. And that's when we cut away.
What's happening?
Yeah. Like she bites his neck.
Oh yeah, that could be good.
And then like
I like the idea of her like spitting and growling at his face.
Yeah. And then they the Nazi guy's like Bond was here because
he put this vial back
in the wrong spot. And then he's like, bring Bond first thing in the morning after he fucks my girlfriend.
I want him in my office.
Yeah. We have a great scene where he talks to Bond and like he's just like, I'm taking a picture, and he's like asking him about the horse that Bond would want. He's taking pictures of him, and on the computer it's just like, he's not St. John Smire, he is James Bond, and he has a license to kill. Very dangerous. You should kill him now.
Yeah.
And Walken's playing it so good because he's just like,
it's so good.
He keeps laughing every time like a new thing with Bond shows up.
Yeah. And my favorite part is he goes, you know what? I'm not going to kill you. Let's go race horses.
Yeah. Let's be sportsmen together.
Yeah. This scene's great, though. I really like. This is probably one of my like top scenes from the movie.
From a Bond film?
No. From I'd have to think about that.
Oh, from this movie.
From this movie, yeah.
You said from a movie, and I was like, all right, I want to bring that back. I was just assuming it was a Bond movie, and then I was like, no, this Bond movie.
Any movie ever.
Yeah, this was on par with, what they did to my voice. Then Bond is like, hey, I'm going to go horse ride with Zorin. So Tibbet, take the car, go into town.
Get a car wash.
Wait, what the fuck did he want Tibbet to do?
He wanted him to send the check. Which I don't think we mentioned that Bond scans a check that... what's the lady's name?
Sutton.
Yeah, Sutton is made out. But wait, why is he...
Wait, did he have him contact... No, he wants him to contact MI6 and be like... something.
I think it's the check. Oh, he might have just handed it to him, but
I think it was the MI6 thing. I think he was like, go alert MI6, report back to them and tell them that like they're using horse steroids.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, he doesn't have anything in his hand, so.
Yeah. And it's funny because Tibbet had just cleaned the car, and he's like, what should I tell them to leave? He's like, tell them you're getting a car wash. Yeah. And so he has to throw a bunch of dirt on it. It's fun.
He takes the dirty soap water that he just used to clean the car and dumps it on the car.
Yeah, it's good shit. Acted. He pulls up to the gate. Grace Jones is there. He's like, just going for a car wash. And Grace Jones stares at him. He's like, oh, okay, I guess. I'll open the gate myself.
Yeah.
And he opens the gate, and the gate opens itself, and he turns back and sees that Grace Jones is gone. He's like, where did she go? Maybe she went up the front. And he goes into his car, not checking the back seat, even though if his periphery would have shown that she's in the back seat of the car.
Also, he's a spy.
Yeah. And Bond then goes on a race with Zorin, and Zorin is like, if you win, I'll let you keep the horse. If you lose, and he's like, what if I lose? Then you lose. And it's like, cool.
It's a big risk.
Yeah. And then we go back to the car wash, and Tibbet gets killed in the car wash by Grace Jones in the backseat of the car.
In broad daylight.
Yeah. And he never once looks in the backseat of the car. He's just in the car wash. Like it's a well constructed scene. you have the thing where it's in the wide. You have like the all the car wash stuff going back and forth, so you're not seeing what's happening that often. And then when the kill happens, the car wash equipment covers it, so it's pretty cool. But it's ruined by the acting because he just sits there like smiling to himself, like
yeah. I did just realize that the person at the gas pump is one of the employees.
So that's why you couldn't have gone out and delivered the message, maybe, unless he was told to watch her, which I don't know why he would watch her.
Yeah.
Either way, Grace Jones kills him in public, and so this stocky British man turns into a really muscular black woman.
Yep. Bond doesn't realize it either.
He doesn't. They do the supervillain thing. Instead of shooting Bond, even though he's around like 40 dudes who could just shoot him right now, they do a race with horses, and it's like, oh, we're gonna raise the thing, but Bond always gets through, and then he jumps into Tibbett's car. But spoiler alert, Tibbett's not there. And he looks at Tibbett's body, and there's a good moment where he gets out when they stop the car. He stops, he takes off his glove, and instead of running away, checks on his friend. But his friend's dead. Like, the dude was dead, Bond. He's fucking blue.
Yeah.
Come on.
Sorry, my dude.
Yeah.
And we get some good talking. I think we get some all right Roger Moore lines.
We get some good talking, but like we get some good acting. We don't get some good writing.
Yeah.
Tibbett's death was a mistake. I'm about to make the same the same mistake twice. And he's like, if I don't report back, then they'll replace me. He's like, well, if you're the best they have, I guess they'll just try to hide your embarrassment. And that's a good line, but it's also like I'm still stuck on the idea of like, well, you can't like kill him again.
Yeah. He already killed him.
Yeah, I get what you're putting down, but like,
yeah,
I don't like it.
It's weak, but
then they hit Bond and they bring him to like a lake, and they push the car into the lake instead of just putting a bullet in the back of his head. And to their credit, they stay there and they watch him drown.
Yeah,
but
for a
Bond
while too.
takes the air from the tire, sucks it in, and waits till they leave, and then he gets out. And then we don't really have a lot of Bond for a bit.
Yeah, we do get that good scene with the KGB.
Yeah, our boy Gogol comes in. He's like, "You killed Bond without authorization. That's bad." And he's just like, "Yeah, I don't really care because I'm better than you. I'm Max Zorin.
I'm not KGB anymore."
There
Dad.
he is. There's Dolph Lundgren.
Oh wow, he found him. He's a KGB agent.
Ladies and gentlemen, we found him.
He's pretty well in that shot too.
Yeah, but what a handsome man.
Yeah, I'm shocked we didn't realize that the first time.
Yeah, well, we were more fangirling that Gogol was there, but now that I have chance to like actually just sit here, like
you're not blinded.
That is a really Dolph Lundgren is handsome.
Yeah,
he could have been Bond.
Yeah,
no,
maybe.
I'm kidding. He couldn't have. He's blonde. I think
I
think if anybody blonde played James Bond, it'd be very underwhelming.
Oh, I don't think his hair is blonde, is it? You can see his roots.
No, Walken's hair's not blonde. I was making a Daniel Craig joke.
I didn't. I totally forgot he was blonde.
Yeah.
It's a dirty blonde. I'm picturing like a bleach blonde surfer playing.
You're thinking of Nazi youth. Oh, there's a lot of shots of Dolph Lundgren. I don't know why I thought he was in the Paris scene.
Yeah, we caught him now. Don't worry. We still get credit.
We do get credit.
At least you knew he was in the movie.
We then have like this one KGB agent being like, "You're just the fucking disgusting mutant machine that this doctor created in a lab." Yeah, which is
You'd be nothing without us.
Yeah, so they pretty much Ivan Drago'd. Zorin, and then we cut to a Zorin meeting. We have the Goldfinger meeting from Goldfinger, where he's just
my god, it is.
Yeah. Here's my plan with models included. I got some microchips. What we're gonna do? We're gonna cripple Silicon Valley.
Yep. And then we have one guy who goes, "That's stupid."
He's like, "I actually I'm not down with like killing people, so like I'm good." And then Zorin's like, "That's fine. Let's Maze will show you out because I don't want you in the room." He's like, "Oh, of course, yeah, that's fine." Yeah,
it's confidential, so yeah, I'll leave.
Yeah, and then Mayday pushes him down a blimp.
Yeah, right out the butt of the blimp.
Yeah, it's a big twist that he's in a blimp. And Nick actually has some fascinating trivia facts about that.
Yeah, if you didn't know, I saw the blimp and I said, "Oh wow, it's interesting they chose a blimp because they're kind of rare now." And we're both from Massachusetts, and there's
just dox us, you fucking weirdo.
Yeah, we're from. I'm gonna give your address. We're from the Boston area, and there's a blimp here for Hood Dairy Farm. So I grew up seeing them, and it's weird because there's only 25 blimps left worldwide, and I thought that was very interesting because I think it said like 10 or so of them are used commercially still, and then the other ones are just like there. They're just not decommissioned; they just exist still. And yeah, I mean they used a real one for the movie, so. I don't know back in the 70s how many there were, but there's very few now.
Yeah. We then have a shot where we see the Golden Gate Bridge, and she's like, "Wow, what a view!" And Walken says, "To a kill."
Yeah, it's so.
It's like that doesn't.
It's so bad.
That doesn't make sense.
What does it mean? Imagine if it wasn't the name of the movie.
Well,
isn't he
gonna blow up San Francisco?
He's gonna like drown the valley area, but I don't think that's all of San Francisco.
I was
to
grasping.
a kill.
Yeah,
what does it mean?
I don't know, man.
But we meet our Felix number 2, who Chan, I think is his last name.
I don't remember.
1 second. He's pretty underutilized. It might have been the actor's name. Chuck Lee.
Yeah, he's basically like, "Oh yeah, here's all the things that you already know," and
it's honestly literally that.
Yeah,
like he gives them information of the people that Bond took the pictures of, and he like ran them through the CIA database. But we've heard introductions from every single one of them so far.
Yeah,
so.
like Bond has had conversations with these people already, so like we know who they are. And and he's just like, and Chuck Lee is just like, well. Think about this.
He's a Nazi.
You know that guy you're talking about eugenics to? Who's from Germany? He's a Nazi.
Yeah. I bet you wouldn't put that together.
Yeah. Oh, you mean like evil guy with a monocle? Nazi, you say?
I forgot to bring up the monocle earlier.
Yeah. Fucking the real life fucking Monopoly man? Who doesn't actually have a monocle.
Really?
Yeah, Monopoly man has never had a monocle.
That's weird. Do you know his name?
No.
Something Moneybags. I
Really?
forget. Yeah, I forget his first name though.
Yeah.
It's like Chucky Entertainment Cheese.
I think of when I think of the Monopoly man, I just think of
Monocle.
Because in Ace Ventura, where there's a guy who's like designed to look like the Ace Ventura
really?
too, and then like Ace Ventura knocks him out, and when he's holding him like this, he's like, "Do not pass go, do not pass out." So I just think of that.
That's great.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the second one, so
Yeah, we'll watch it together at some point.
okay.
So then, so Chuck Lee then introduces us to a fisherman guy who's like, "Yeah, Max's oil company."
Mm-hmm.
Has made a certain type of fish.
It's a crab.
Crab disappear. Like they just vanished. They didn't like slowly go away.
Yeah.
They just disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
And Bond's like, "Can you get me in there?" And he's like, "It'll be difficult." And then we never see this man again.
No, wait, you're right. He says it'll be difficult. It's heavily guarded, and then it acts like we're gonna see him take him there or something. But Bond just scuba dives there.
Yeah. And while he's there are two people with radios.
Mm-hmm. And it's not really made clear that they're not together, so it's a very confusing scene.
Yeah. And they're recording Zoran's conversation with his Scar assistant guy and stuff. And Bond's like looking at them like recording. He's like, "What the fuck is going on with that?" But they're basically he basically says like, "All right, in 3 days, blah blah blah, here, yada yada yada, we're gonna blow some shit up." Yep. And Bond's like, And they also find out that they're going to turn on the vents, but Bond doesn't hear that, and he goes into the vents before that.
Because normally this pipeline, it would be pushing out stuff, but in this case, it's sucking in water because they're going to flood the Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
So, and that's why all the crabs disappeared, because normally they'd be like pushed out of the area, but instead they're being sucked into it. Which I just realized there's a little crab on the grate. So it doesn't really make sense. Why would they disappear if there's a grate and it shows that it blocks the crabs? Okay. But so the fan turns on and it's sucking in, and Bond's like, oh
yeah,
this is not the suck job I wanted.
And then he throws his air tank in there, fucking up the other people's mission. And Zoran ends up finding one of the other guys, who is the guy who was like, "You're a fucking creation."
Yeah,
now this is almost
KGB.
a good scene, but it's not.
Yeah, could have been better.
Yeah, so Bond escapes barely. And all right, so
you know what would have made this a lot better? If Bond just didn't show up and the KGB was able to just blow it up. Because he's the reason that they're not able to blow up this station.
That is true. Yeah, the KGB are planning on destroying this to
they
kill.
Could have saved the world.
Yeah. But what happens is, why this scene is not good is because you have this guy who we saw for a fraction of a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was like 55 seconds. Not even 50 seconds. We saw him probably like 25 seconds. He delivered one line and then disappeared for a couple of scenes. Mm-hmm. So bringing this guy back immediately, one, doesn't work unless you're going to reintroduce us to this guy, because he also has no distinguishing features. He looks like Zoran's henchman. So it doesn't work. I mean...
Yeah, just throw a like Russian flag on you or something.
Yeah, unless like maybe they like had Dolph Lundgren, because then you would remember Dolph Lundgren.
Oh yeah, that would have been way better.
And he delivers the line of like, "You're still just a freak."
Yeah,
and
then because like you're saying now, he doesn't like say anything to them. He just
is there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can add him in like, "You're just a freak, created in the lab," and it's just like, dude, you really look like you are created in the lab, you fucking weirdo.
Because you're so handsome.
Yeah. And so already that's like bad, and then Zoran just kind of looks at the guy, and the guy looks at Zoran, and Zoran just like points down to like the hole for him to get like taken in by like the propellers,
mulched.
But so the issue is. Also, he has like the guy disarm the bomb, which if it was the actual KGB, the guy would have let the bomb continue and kill him and kill himself.
Yeah, because it's stupid. He kills him. He undoes the bomb only to be
killed. Like
knowing he would be like. I feel like all the spies know they're gonna die.
Yeah, like
nobody's gonna take you hostage.
To make the scene better, you would have had to have a moment where like Zoran says like a cocky thing to him, where he's just like, well, like talking about how much smarter he is, and the guy just be like, "You're still just an experiment in a cage," and then Zoran points down into the thing, and throws him down there.
He could grab onto the ladder he's falling past.
Yeah, it just doesn't work as a scene.
Yeah, it's bad.
It needs that extra element of like them playing with each other, or Zoran playing with his food, and then the idea of like him being, and then like the agent being defiant, like as like an agent would, but instead of it's just lame.
Yeah, it's just bad.
Yeah, Bond ends up escaping, as is another agent. A KGB agent, a girl. Ooh. And here's where the problem with the fucking film comes in, baby. Here's where I'm going to go on a rant.
It's happening, everybody.
Uh-huh. All right. So, Bond meets up with this girl, and she's like, "James Bond?" He's just like, "Agent that we've never met before?" And they get in the car and drive off together, and they have sex. All right. Fine.
Yeah, whatever.
This should have been the Bond girl. We didn't need Stacy Sutton. Stacy Sutton's arc is stupid and has no real bearings on the plot other than we need a girl for Bond to sleep with in the end.
Mm-hmm.
What you could have done here, since this is Roger Moore's final Bond movie, you bring back Triple X. Barbara Bach wasn't doing anything at this time. So, like, bring her back. Because then what you could do is you could have her be the Bond girl for the entirety of the film.
Yeah.
It would make more sense because you would have someone who wasn't a damsel in distress the entire time. Because then you can just do the thing where it's like Bond's like, "I know that girl. Why is she with with Zoran. Why is she talking to Zoran? Blah blah blah. And then when they run into each other there, and they decide that they have to work together again, it makes more sense.
And she can act.
No, she couldn't. Triple X couldn't act.
Was it better than this?
No.
You don't think so?
Remember? When I can, I will kill you.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah. James Bond, married once.
Yeah.
Come on.
The end of that. I don't know. This is real bad, though.
This is real bad.
Bond, come back.
They're both real bad.
Bond, come back.
See, here's all right. Here's the thing: is they're both really bad actresses, but this I would have accepted Barbara Bach because then we've already had history with her, and it's like, we can't change that.
Yeah.
It's also because the thing is that they mention things with Bond and this agent where it's like they know each other, they've met before, so it's like, well, why are we having this person we've never met before? Yeah. Why can't we just have someone we've met? We're having Octopussy problems again when it could have just been Pussy galore. Yeah. It's just do the fucking thing.
Yeah, the thing you're trying to recreate, just use the thing.
Yeah. It's there. It's not like anyone's being like, you can't use that one. It's like, you did this 4 years ago. Not even. 8 years ago you did it. So it's like, people will remember. Yeah. And people who don't remember, doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's
they'll because you're doing the same thing anyway.
We've talked about it so many times. It's like, yeah, just don't be worried that people are going to recognize it. Just do it. And then people who don't, it's the same experience.
Yeah. And it also would cut the third act down a bit, where we had that long ass period that sucks in the house, where it's just there to give us a shitty action sequence.
Made you quiche.
Yeah. Oh my god. And cause it's just because then you just have things of well, what have you been up to? And then you can have even a little bit of bitterness. She's just like, oh, not much since you abandoned us.
Since you killed my boyfriend.
It's not even, it was just the fact that he abandoned her or something.
Yeah, it could be both.
Yeah,
I've been dating a lot.
Yeah, and you have more back and forth. You can bring more Gogol in there because they're clearly trying to bring more Gogol in there, but you don't need Gogol in this one because the KGB was pretty much irrelevant. It's an added thing of we have a trope. It's Cold War stuff. Throw in Gogol. Yeah. Make this New York guy from fucking Russia, which is no, doesn't work. Doesn't work like that.
You love Gogol.
I do love Gogol, but the way they write him in doesn't make sense, and I'm giving them a particular reason to make sense because then it's just well, then the KGB is in on this mission, and that's why she was there at the party because she's like, hey, the KGB wants this, and he's just I don't want to give that, and that's why Gogol shows up, and he's just like, hey, why aren't you listening to my Triple X agent?
Way better.
And then he's like, because I'm better than you guys, and then Dolph Lundgren's like, you're just a freak of the machine, and then
yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
I like that.
Because Stacy doesn't lead him to anything.
Stacy's, kinda. She brings him to the town hall to try to get documents, but then that gets sabotaged.
Well, because she works at the town hall and she's like, blah, 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 I'm a geologist and this stuff happens. But you can just be like, Triple X is like, yeah, from what I've gathered of his plan, this is what's going on. And he can be like, well, let's investigate further. And she's just like, yes. And she's like, are we working together again, James? And he's just like, Paris, so, blah, blah, blah. And it's just and then knowing it against Gogol and without Gogol and him knowing, so then you have that whole crazy. It's good. It's just, but instead we have this is so stupid. Why is this movie like this?
Instead, it's this.
It didn't even have to be Triple X. It could have been this unnamed girl. I don't care. But it just fits better within that story if you're gonna bring the KGB into it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the KGB really has nothing to do
with the rest of the plot.
After this, yeah.
It's so fucking dumb.
Yeah, it's so weird.
And then they have sex, and she steals the wrong tape, and then she and then she leaves Bond, and then she goes into a car where Gogol isn't driving. Just kidding, Gogol's in there now that it's rear projected. And dude, it's fucking rough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's dumb. It's so fast too. It's bad. Yeah. Everything you've said is true. Just make this the Bond girl and get rid of the other Bond girl.
Yeah, it doesn't change much.
Yeah, it saves another introduction to the third girl of the movie, basically.
Yeah. And it also would have been because we haven't seen Stacy since the party.
Yeah.
and the party happened a long time ago. So it was just like good that it's like we seen Triple X at the party. Bond's like, huh, what the fuck's she doing here?
Mm-hmm.
And then we get to this part where they're reintroduced, and then we can have a nice little action scene. Mm-hmm. In fact, we can have an action scene instead of having the action scene at the house. We can have it from the beach.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Make that into like a fight.
Yeah, where the two of them fight, but instead we have this weird hot tub scene.
Yeah.
Where we're talking about fucking Roger Moore's 58-year-old fucking erect cock.
Yeah.
God, I hate these movies.
It's over, Mark.
It is over, but I'm fucking...
We can end the episode now, and we'll never have to think about it again.
No, we gotta see it through.
We gotta finish.
We gotta see this fucking shit through. And then like, so we have like the big comedy spot where Gogol is just like, huh? Yeah. We got the wrong tape, which is like, fuck you. It's dumb. And then Bond goes and talks to the guy, California. What is he? The fucking
like trade commissioner. I don't know.
Because
he's interviewing about why the company.
He goes in as a financial reporter.
Yeah,
was like, why is California doing this thing with Max Zorin? Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
He's just like, oh, is that Max Zorin's genius? Yada yada yada. He's gonna make a lot of things, And instead of, instead of using oil, like sucking in oil, he sucks in salt water. Which, so if there's a leak, then it doesn't. It's less dangerous. But it's like, well, then you're not getting as much oil. Whatever. I don't know. Bond's gonna leave, and then he notices Stacy, which is like, it would have been better if it's just like you see Triple X go in there and she steals the file, and he has to keep him busy. But whatever. Who am I? And
he holds the door open.
He holds the elevator open full of fucking 20 people, and no one says a fucking thing.
Yeah. Well, one guy goes,
and Bond's like, oh, sorry.
Oh, my bad. I was sorry. The door is still open. I didn't notice. I hit the button.
Yeah. Silly me. In my old age, these things happen. He follows Stacy home like a weirdo.
Mm-hmm.
And then he
goes...
Like
a spy.
Like a weirdo. And he gets in there, and he thinks she's in the shower. He's like, time to
yeah, prime time for me to come in.
Yeah. And then she's like there with a gun, and she's like, you hold it right there. He's just like, I'm from the Financial Times. I'm here to interview you because I know you know who Max Zorin is. She's just like, this is weird. No.
Why are you in my bedroom?
I'm calling the police. And she notices that the phone lines are down, and Bond's like, I didn't do that. And then we have, some middle-aged men come to fight Bond. And
another squad of old men.
He takes the gun, and he shoots them, but it's like a sandbag, right?
It's rock salt.
Rock salt?
Yeah.
So that's even less effective?
I guess so. I figured it would cut you up, but it doesn't. Because he shoots like 3 people with it. And I was like, wow, nobody's like getting hurt by the shotgun.
Yeah. Because, if you shoot with a shotgun, you shoot like a beanbag. That's going to hurt.
Yeah, it hurts. As you can see in...
Jackass number 2.
Yeah. Ugh. Those welts.
I know. And there's a great part where Stacy takes her grandfather's ashes and beats some guy in the head with it, which is whatever. And then they escape, and then Bond and her make quiche.
Yeah, it's really weird.
And she gives her backstory how her grandfather had this oil company, and then Zorin pretty much took it over, and she's been fighting it illegally, but it's like it's cost her so much. That's why she has no furniture in her house, which is just an excuse to show that they couldn't afford to put furniture in this set because they're losing money because the series sucks. And then she goes to bed, and they agree to go down to the place, back to the California guy tomorrow.
The town hall to
talk to him about not giving Zorin money and telling him that he's a corrupt Christopher Walken Nazi.
Yeah, I think there might have been something in paperwork too that they were trying to retrieve, and that's why they were like burning down the place after.
Yeah.
But who cares? But then we get a little bit of an action scene.
Well, the CIA guy first comes there, and
oh yeah,
it trades to Stacy's house and then gets killed by Grace Jones in the backseat of his car.
Again,
patent move.
Yeah.
Which once again, if this was Triple X, these scenes wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
Also, why does she go and kill? One, they don't even know that Bond's alive.
And why she doesn't know who he is?
Yeah.
Just kill him to kill.
Yeah. Why were they even going to kill Stacy?
No idea. Maybe because maybe she knew too much about the company or something.
Maybe they just didn't want to pay her.
Yeah, true.
I don't know. This all sucks.
Yeah.
Once again, with my simple rewrite, that's all figured out and not applicable anymore. Where it's just like the reason why they're gonna go kill her because she's a fucking Russian agent, and he found the Russian guy, so now he's sending him to her hideout.
Yeah.
Boom, easy fucking fix. And it also explains why the place has no furniture because it's a hideout.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah, the hideout thing's a good rewrite too.
God. It's not hard to write a James Bond movie or something.
Yeah.
But these fucking writers who get paid thousands of dollars are like, where was fucking her grandfather's ashes?
Yeah.
And it's like, get the fuck out of here,
It's gonna be funny, Mark.
Yeah.
Wait, you hired who to say the line?
Yeah. Also, Stacy Sutton sucks as a character, and the actress, Tanya Roberts, who is fantastic in that 70s show.
Oh, it's so good. Her acting's built for that role.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work so well in this, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I would go as far as to say it is bad in this role.
It's very bad in this role. So they go to the city hall and they meet, and they end up with the guy, and they talk. Well, they're gonna retrieve some paperwork to find out where Zoran's doing his thing. Zoran and Mayday show up, and he's like, "Mr. Bond, you're here. I'm actually glad to see you because, I'm a weirdo, just like you." And Mayday's like, why did I fuck both of you? Like, this sucks. I should have fucked that fucking weird bodyguard in the KGB.
Yep.
And
then they go on to live happily ever after.
Yeah. Well, they take Bond's gun, and they walk in, comes up with this good plan. He's like, I'm gonna see the city hall guy. We're gonna shoot him, and then frame Bond for the murder and burn the place down. And then the city hall guy's like, "Would that mean I'd be?" And he goes, "Dead."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah, dude!" Like, this whole scene is fantastic because Bond doesn't speak.
Yeah, two people aren't speaking.
Yeah, Bond and Stacy don't speak. Only person speaking is Walken for this entire sequence, and it's fantastic. And Walken, Zoran's a fantastic character. He's just a fucking sick fuck.
Yeah,
he's
a good villain.
Those are my favorite Bond villains. They're just like these sick fucks, like Kananga.
Yeah, the other.
He just wants to have a monopoly on the heroin market.
Yeah,
and fuck teenagers. That's his goal in life. Zoran's goal is to kill everybody and own Silicon Valley.
Mm-hmm.
It's brilliant. I love it.
Yeah.
Not everyone needs to be a Blofeld.
Yeah. Not global stakes.
They throw a Bond in an elevator, then they light it on fire. They light the hallway on fire. They light the stairwell on fire. They light the actual elevator top on fire. And James has to figure a way out of it. We have a really underwhelming, slow-paced scene because Roger Moore and his son is old, and the stunt double has to try to believe that he's Roger Moore.
Yeah.
And while that's happening, Tanya Roberts is like, James!
It's so bad. It's honestly like ear-piercingly annoying too.
Yeah. And as that happens, what?
I'm remembering what comes after this.
They get out because he throws her a hose, and she climbs up that. He pulls the hose up, and then they go off. The fireman carries her off of the building onto the fire department's ladder.
Yeah.
He gets down, and then
after 45 minutes of climbing down the ladder.
Yeah, I mean, Roger Moore's knees, get the Bengay, dude. While he's down there, a cop approaches them. He's just like, "Who are you?" And she's like, "This guy is from
the London Financial Times."
And he's like, "Actually, my name's James Bond. You could ask the CIA agent about it." And he's like, "We found him dead in Chinatown." Which, you fucking racist pieces of shit. I hate you. And they then then they go a stupid car chase with the cops against Bond, and he's in a fucking fire truck, and it sucks
because too long.
It is too long. It makes the Diamonds Are Forever car chase look exciting, and
well, this at least has music.
Yeah, but at least the Diamonds Are Forever one had like
Well, the Diamonds might not have had the music trouble.
No, it had.
Oh, okay.
That was the first time we noticed it.
Okay.
That was a 70s trope, whereas all the 70s movies didn't have music to their car chases.
It's the worst one.
Yeah, and then there's a couple of great stunts where the guy's hanging off the ladder of the fucking fire truck, but it's like, who gives a shit, dude? This sucks. By this point, like, all goodwill has been destroyed with the film.
Yeah. There's a couple parts where it gets close to recovering, but it does not.
Yeah. And like, it's like clearly like a lot of the cop car like pile ups are just like, that Blues Brothers movie was pretty popular 5 years ago. Let's cash in on that one.
Yeah, because they do the drawbridge too, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh.
You always know what they're ripping off.
Yeah.
Like they're not good at hiding it. You know?
Did you like the police officer?
No.
Yeah. I thought he was all right, but
there's an easy fix.
Who would have been?
Yeah. Sheriff J.W. Pepper?
Imagine if Sergeant Pepper was back in this.
It would have been good if they did a thing where they had a car chase and then like the cops like Bond pulls up and the cop is like, "Who are you?" And then it's like the chief shows up and he's like, "Stand down, son."
Yeah. That would have been good. That would have been a good send off.
That's a British secret agent you're talking to. A British secret agent from England.
So they knew this was more his last movie, right?
Yeah.
By this time, they were gonna try to force him again because they should have done it as a little send off.
I think they probably would have tried if Moore was insistent that this was his last.
Oh, okay.
Moore was like, "I'll do one more, and that's it." And they're like, "How about you do one into your 60s?" He's like, "No."
Yeah. Stop.
He's like, "I am gone. Okay, me and Sean are tied. That's what we can do."
It's not the worst final goal.
No, it's not. That wasn't his goal.
Oh, okay.
That's what I assume was probably a thing. It's like, he did 7, I'll do 7.
Yeah, it might have been in his head too. He might not have like meant to, and it just kind of. I feel like it would have powered him on to do one more.
Yeah.
Be like, you know what? I'll beat him.
Well, I mean, technically, he has more official Bond movies than Sean.
Yeah.
So he did beat him there. That might have been this. What powered him through this one?
Mm-hmm.
Say, don't you want to play Bond the most times with the actual gun barrels?
I do.
Yeah. Oh, you've got me. And then we go right to them going with the fire truck. They go to Zoran's thing and they steal an explosives car because the guy's like, "Where's the fire?" He's like, "Behind you." And the guy's like, "I get explosives. What the fuck?" And Bond just takes the car. They dress up as like construction people. They end up going inside and they don't really do much while they're there.
They get pulled over. They almost don't get let in, but then he gives them a hard helmet and says, "Hey, you got to put this on. You can't just go around with your soft head.
Yeah.
Got to have a hard hat." Oh, he does have a blue one, so.
Yeah. And then they don't do much while they're in Zoran's thing.
No,
like
no,
they see that Zoran's deploying the thing and they're trying to figure out how to get rid of the thing, but it's like
he sees they find that table that conveniently has this whole plan like programmed into it. And shows like step by step when everything's blowing up how it's going to flood the valley. And then he comes up and tries to interrupt them by blindly shooting through the doorway.
Yeah, and it works.
Does it? It doesn't hit anybody.
It doesn't hit anyone, but it stops them from stopping Zoran's plan at the time. They run away, and I believe they end up getting separated somehow. Oh, yeah, they blow up something. And it's going. He sends Mayday, and then Walken's like, "Fuck Mayday," and they blow up this thing, and it sends a bunch of water through the mine, and Tanya Roberts gets out, but Bond and Mayday get taken underwater. And while this is happening, Zoran takes out a minigun, like an Uzi.
Yeah, a little Uzi.
And he starts killing people ruthlessly, which I love it.
Yeah. So.
Oh my god.
This is. I think I've done it on the show before, but a lot of times it's not, and it's before we start watching the movie. But I'll go, hey, is this the one that has that like fucked up mine scene where all the henchmen are getting killed? And because I remember this from being a kid and being like, yo, this is fucked up.
Yeah.
I was like, I kind of feel bad for all the miner guys that are getting killed, and I still kind of do. And some of them definitely know what they're doing, but I feel bad for the blue collar folks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Uzi, dude, he is a menace. He just starts mowing down the blue collar workers that are just trying to get him a mine.
Yeah, and he's like getting off on it. He loves it, dude. He is.
He's such a good villain.
He is.
This is a great like climax of villain.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's slowly building up that he does fucked up things. Then he goes, I don't care about my teammates. Drown them all. And then he's like, and I'm gonna shoot everybody else.
Yeah, and he's like laughing about it. He's like, he's having a fucking great time. It's like you just wish that there was a different Bond here.
Yeah,
and a better screenplay. And then we have Mayday being like, I can't believe he was gonna kill me. He's like, the only person he double crossed, which was actually
as a body floats past them.
Yeah, not a bad more moment.
Mm-hmm.
We don't get too many of these around here.
Yeah, that might be one of his better moments.
Yeah, Mayday and him agree to team up pretty much, and Zoran ends up leaving, and I think Connolly dies at some point during this. I don't remember.
Yeah, he died somewhere in here. He's dead.
And then they go on the blimp and they're getting ready. All right, time to watch everything blow up in Silicon Valley sink.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be sick. Mayday and Bond are
it's gonna be a view for a kill.
Got him. They get better, by the way, with that shit. With saying the title and
dude, they've had some great ones.
Yeah,
like I think one of my favorites was "You Only Live Twice."
Yeah, you only live twice, Mr. Bond.
Best thing that he did is Blofeld. Was that one line and getting on the monorail.
Yeah, yeah.
There's some good ones.
Yeah,
but not a lot.
Yeah, no.
Out of what are we at? 16.
16 Bonds? Maybe.
Let's see. I think it's 16. And of that, maybe 3 or 4 good deliveries.
I mean, most of them are just the villain's name.
This is 15. Yeah. Yeah, Dr. No, Goldfinger. Yeah, you're right.
Thunderball was the warhead.
Yeah. I mean,
Four Eyes Only sucked with its title.
Oh my god, and it's on the
For
document.
Your Eyes Only, James. Yeah.
Oh, she does say that at the end. Oh my god, I forgot about how bad that was.
Yeah.
Moonraker.
Never Say Never Again when he's like fucking... She's like, never say never again, James. And he was winks into the camera. Hey, get out of here. Moonraker is just the name of the rocket.
Yeah, Diamonds Are Forever. I don't remember.
I don't think they say
I think it's like in passing.
Yeah. Man with the golden gun, they don't say. Well, they say, he's the man with the golden gun.
Yeah. And then on Her Majesty's Secret Service, I don't know if he says that.
No.
But
he says on Her Majesty's government, but...
Weak. Imagine if that was the name of the movie.
Fucking On Her Majesty's Secret Service, now fucking 0 out of 5.
Bottom of the list.
Anyway, Grace Jones...
Oh yeah, back to the movie.
Yeah, Mayday and Bond end up... teaming up, and she's like, go down there and I'll lift you back up. And that's where the thing is, we're going to put the bomb onto this. She's like, you can't disarm it because it has a booby trap that will go off if you try to disarm it. So we're going to have to move it outside. So they got to get it out of the mine, and then...
They do.
But it's cool because like he's like, I don't know how to do that. And she's like, just get down there and fucking put it on this thing. And then she picks them both up. She picks the mine and him because she's fucking jacked.
Yeah, it's cool because he thinks he's going to have to stay down there.
Yeah.
And she's like, get on the lift.
Yeah.
And I imagine him going, you're not going to get this up, but okay.
Yeah. And then she does because she's awesome. And they bring it up, and they put it on a cart, but then the handbrake
gets loose, and it keeps stopping the cart.
Yeah. And then she gets on it, and it starts moving again. He's like, jump off. She's like, I can't. I have to be on there, or it's going to stop again. He's like, get off of that thing. And she's like, get Zoran for me.
Yeah.
And it's awesome, because she's, like, crying.
It's so good.
It's such a great scene. And then, like, he's like, jump off, Mayday!
Yeah.
And then Max is like, it keeps coming back to Max, like, oh, yes, it's going to blow up. It's going to blow up. And then she sees him coming out. He's like, Mayday.
Yeah.
And she looks up and sees him, and her crying face goes into like complete seriousness, and boom!
Yep. It's good.
Yeah. And she's dead, and he's just like, oh my God. And then James gets out of there, and he's like, oh, well, I guess I saved the day.
Yeah, I did it.
Yep. And Stacy Sutton's like, James!
Yep.
And I said that on fucking beat.
Yeah.
And Zoran comes up to her and sneaks up with a blimp and picks her up.
Yep.
Bond jumps onto the rope.
Hanging rope, yeah.
And they fly up, and they go to the Golden Gate Bridge.
Well, he tries to hit him on a skyscraper first.
Yeah, he hits him in the balls.
Yeah, misses. But then he gets hit by a radio tower thingy.
Yeah. And they're
going to the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah, they go to the Golden Gate Bridge, View to a Kill, and Bond ties the blimp to
the bridge itself.
To the bridge itself, and Max is like, "Move faster, turbo,
turbo!"
And they start doing that, and obviously it doesn't go anywhere because they're tied. It rips off a little bit, but it's like, dude, you're tied there. Like, man was a fucking Boy Scout. Man knows how. But if Roger Moore knows how to do one thing, it's to tie a fucking knot. All right? The guy knows how to tie a fucking knot.
Yeah. And then it kind of slams into the side of the bridge and ruptures the... is it centrifuge? What would you call that?
I don't know. But
the seating area inside the blimp.
Stacy tries to hit him, and she ends up getting out of the blimp and almost falling off. And
she attacks him, though, instead of the pilot.
Yeah.
Which is so stupid.
Yeah. And then I don't remember, because then everyone gets knocked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The pilot gets knocked out. The Nazi is kind of tossed to the back. And then
yeah.
How does he get out? I know he picks up the axe and heads out, but
I don't remember. I just, Bond gets on top of the Golden Gate Bridge. Him and Max and Zoran fight. Well, first Zoran's like, go out and go on the bridge and fight Bond, and but Stacy knocks him out before she can do that, I think.
Hits him with the fire extinguisher.
Zoran,
he takes that fireman axe right off the wall, and it looks pretty sick.
Yeah. And
she ruins the day again.
She's like hanging off the bridge. She gets her feet up there. They fight for a little bit. And then Max ends up falling off of the bridge, and he laughs while it happens. He thinks it's funny, which I like.
Yeah, it's a little anticlimactic, but the laughing really makes it.
Yeah, everything about Walken's character is anticlimactic, except when Walken gets a hold of it.
Yeah,
like if this was any other actor,
you're right.
Everything about this character would suck.
I'm so glad he did this.
Yeah. I wish he was in a better Bond movie. Honestly, I wish he was in the next one. And when you see the next one, you're gonna be furious that that was not the one that had Bond.
I hate that some of these movies they get the Bond right and the villain bad, and then like the villain's amazing and the Bond is terrible. It's like, just let the stars align one more time.
Yeah. Can we please have fucking Honor Majesty once?
Yeah.
One more time. And anyway, the Nazi watches him die, and like the thing is they didn't establish them as like a father and son relationship too much.
Yeah.
So, but
which they definitely could have.
Yeah, but they're doing it now in the final moments of the film.
Literally like the last 3 minutes.
Yeah, and then he dies, and then the guy's like all distraught that his like surrogate son Max has died, and then he goes like, I'm gonna go kill Bond. He starts shooting at Bond. He misses every shot, and Bond is hanging off the bridge with Stacy, And while
the Nazi goes to get dynamite is in the safe.
Yep.
For some reason, but.
And then Bond ends up cutting the rope.
Mm-hmm.
So then the guy falls back with the dynamite, and the guy's like laughing, "Oh my god!" And then the thing blows up, and they're standing there. Which this would have been the time to say the fucking line. He's like, "It was a view to a kill."
Yeah, I just realized the dynamite. It's in a humidor, not a safe. That makes a little more sense, at least. But man, a little underwhelming.
Oop. Yeah, it's very underwhelming, and it's a perfect metaphor for the end of Roger Moore's tenure as Bond. Underwhelming and slow.
Yeah.
Then we go to MI6 where Gogol's like, the Lenin Star given to James Bond, the only non-KGB fucking time we're ever giving that out, which is like, why would they be giving it to him for this one?
Because he killed the KGB defecto.
Yeah, but like, wouldn't they be keeping that hush-hush?
Oh yeah, because Bond doesn't know that.
Yeah. No one knows that other than the KGB. Unless we did it in my version, which would make this part make sense.
Oh, yeah, it would make it a little better.
And also, wouldn't Bond have earned that for, I don't know, Moonraker?
No.
Or,
Those are just, the moon.
Or fucking Spy Who Loved Me? When he was directly working for the KGB?
No. Of course not.
Or when he actually saved Gogol's ass in Octopussy?
Oh, that would have been a good time for it. Maybe not now.
Yeah. We then have Money, and then like, where's Bond? I want to give it to him personally. And, like, we don't know where he is. We presume the worst. And Moneypenny's crying. It's like, fuck you. Like, this is not.
Get out of here.
This is not the fucking time.
Yeah.
This is not the movie.
Yeah. Then we get that terrible scene I teased earlier, where Q's being a weird little pedo and having his little spy dog that somehow got upstairs go in the shower with Bond. It's weird, and I hate it. Like always. But that's the movie.
It is. And that's the last time we see Roger Moore is in the shower with a girl 20 years younger than he is. Or probably more, honestly. Probably 30 years younger than he is.
Yep.
Thoughts?
I don't think it's the worst one we've watched. I wish it was better. It's definitely like lower mid-tier, I would say.
Yeah.
Like I think I'm with you where it's above Octopussy for me. But
yeah, Octopussy was just boring.
Yeah, this at least
it kept my attention for majority of it.
Yeah, even though the story was a little confusing. Yeah.
I don't think it was confusing. It was just like badly written.
Yeah.
Because they just wrote Goldfinger again.
Yeah.
It is Goldfinger. Mayday is Pussy Galore.
And that's like...
But it's a better character than Pussy Galore.
She's so much better. It makes so much more sense.
Yeah. Does Mayday count as a Bond girl?
I wish, but I think she's got to be Henchman.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
I'm just thinking because for those who don't know, at the end of this podcast journey, we will be making a top 10 list of our favorite henchmen, our favorite Bond girls. I'm just trying to think.
Well,
does she count as a Bond girl?
We could do her in both. I think she's a pretty perfect gray area.
Okay.
Well, I don't know, because...
Let's just say no.
Yeah. I think if it's a scale, she's more henchman than Bond girl.
Yeah.
But that ending is so good. Oof. No, or did we count Pussy Galore as a Bond girl or a henchman?
We did, but that's like more because she has like the last scene with Bond and they're kissing in the field, so that
you're right.
It fits the trope more.
Oh, Mark just slammed his wrist into the metal chairs we sit on.
Oh man,
just cried out, man. Do you want to do the ranking stuff?
Yeah. So another question, actually, before I continue: does Fiona from Thunderball count as a Bond girl or a henchman? Because that will define if Mayday counts or not.
Well, how much does she know about what's going on?
Fiona?
Yeah.
Well, Fiona's the one with the shoes, and she my friend's dad.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I almost feel like she's a Bond girl.
You know what? Fuck it. We're counting Mayday as a Bond girl.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, let's do the rankings. Pull it up.
So the first one is the pre-title sequence, which, again, stop skiing.
Yeah.
You already did a great one, then a good one, and now you're just making bad ones.
Yeah.
I'm giving it like a 2.
I'm giving it a half a star.
Oh my goodness. I sometimes I think I'm going brutal, and then I remember who Mark is.
Yeah. I think it's funny because like I go brutal in the ranking thing, but then when we actually reviewed the actual film, you were the way more brutal one.
Yeah.
Or
he hates my 3.5 stars.
Like, yeah, you'll be like, this movie that I thoroughly enjoyed for 2 hours, 2.5 stars. It's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Get better.
I don't know. Well, half a star because like it's another fucking skiing thing. We have a geriatric old man. Every time they cut to Roger Moore, it's fucking rear projection.
Yeah. I liked the helicopter. I liked the 003, and I liked the stupid submarine thing. Is really what did it for me.
Yeah, I mean the Beach Boys thing happened.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. It's a 1. That Beach Boys thing is so bad. Oh my goodness. But after that, we have the title sequence.
2. For the song 5. I'm going 5.
I'll probably give it 4. I liked the visuals. There were some that I thought looked pretty bad, but I liked the song a lot. And then we have Bond, who... He almost looked a little younger because of the Botox.
Yeah, freshly cut Roger Moore. I'm gonna give it a 1 star.
Yeah, I'd probably go 1.5.
I think this might be his worst performance as Bond.
That's pretty rough.
I think it's between this or Octopussy.
I think Octopussy was probably worse for his acting.
Yeah, I think this is like. Roger Moore, since 1973, has only gotten worse as Bond. He had a brief up in 1977 when he did it. I think we gave him 3 stars or something for Spy Who Loved Me. But since then, he had moments in For Your Eyes Only, but he has consistently sucked for 12 years.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. But it's over now, so.
Yeah, the bad man can't hurt me anymore.
Yeah, and then we have Bond Girl, which we'll do.
Stacy Sutton, 1 star. She's on the Kisisuki side of the section of the.
Oh,
of the
absolutely,
spectrum.
she's terrible.
Whereas,
isn't there somebody at the beginning? No. Never mind. I'm thinking of the Felixes.
Yeah. Tibbet is Bond Girl, 5 stars. Mayday as a Bond Girl, I'm gonna give 3 as a Bond Girl.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
As a henchman, though.
A henchman, I'm probably going to give her 5.
Me too.
There's because we were talking about how she's in the GoldenEye video game.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, I think I know who it is then. And it was. And it lived up to the hype of that.
Yeah.
So this is definitely like Jaws Odd Job level of henchman.
Yeah.
Maybe not Grant, but.
Yeah. No, she's no Teehee.
Oh, yeah. No, there's never gonna be.
I also wouldn't say she's Jaws level either.
I'd
say she's definitely. I think she's
as strong as Jaws.
I think she's better than Odd Job.
She's better than Odd Job. Yeah, you're right. I'd put her right below Jaws.
I think you're thinking of Jaws post Moonraker. You're not thinking of Jaws.
Yeah, from just the first movie.
Yeah, peak Spy Who Loved Me, where he was like perfect.
He was so good.
Yeah, I give Mayday 5 stars. She's a fantastic henchman and a delight. She's a delight when she's on screen.
Yeah, and she seems passionate about it.
Yeah.
It seems like she wanted to be there and it wasn't just a paycheck.
The old Nazi guy sucks, though, and the guy with the scar on his face sucked, too.
Yeah, I thought the Scarface guy was all right. Like, lower middle.
Nah, dude.
But
he sucked. He sucked.
I didn't mind when he was on screen. The Nazi, I was like... Those eyebrows.
And his monocle. That fucking shit-kicking
so
monocle.
Stupid.
It was like, I was like that scene in Kill Bill when fucking Michael Madsen's in the strip club and he has wearing the hands like that fucking monocle. That fucking shit-kicking monocle.
It's so dumb.
You've seen Kill Bill, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen both, actually.
Well, yeah.
Which is rare for me.
Yeah. Well, it's supposed to be
with movies you ask if I've seen stuff.
It's supposed to be viewed as one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Quentin counts it as one movie. It was split up against his will.
How long is the one movie?
It's like 4 hours long.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm glad they split it up. So we did a little out of order, but we can do Henchman next because we just did. Sorry, we can do Villain next because we just did Henchman. 5.
No,
dude, he's totally 5 for me.
I'm giving him a 4.
Why?
Because his motivations aren't great, and because it's literally not him that's weighing him down. It's everything else that around him that's weighing him down.
Yeah, I'm giving him a 5. He's better Goldfinger in my mind.
That's fair.
Yeah, and I love Goldfinger.
That's fair. I just don't know.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't know, that's fine.
I'm gonna give him either 4 or 4.5. I'll have a full on answer for you when we do our top 10 in like 4 months or 6 months
Almost
from now.
there. Yeah, start hyping it up now.
Yeah, when we do our big countdowns. I like him. Walken gives a fantastic performance. He's great in it. I just wish that it was a better plan and a better character and a better movie. Like I think that the plan of Living Daylights, which is the next Bond film, is perfect for Walken's performance in this. Mm-hmm. Like it's literally like when I've been thinking about it while watching it, and I'm like, what the fuck? This is perfect for him, especially because like the main villain, or what is considered to be the main villain of Living Daylights, is very miscast. And he's like the big problem with the movie. But like there's also
so bad at this.
There's 3 villains in it, so it's fine.
Oh, okay.
Because the other 2 are casted perfectly.
Okay, good. That's what I like to hear.
But like him, it's just like he needed a Walken.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
We get MI6 next.
1.
Yeah.
No, fuck it. Half a star.
Yeah. I'm going half too. This is terrible.
Q sucked.
It's bad when M carries. Well, it's bad when now M carries
the team. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, well, maybe with the refresh.
I mean, yeah. So we only have 2 more films with Robert Brown. Robert Brown is not cut out for Bond right now. I'm excited to see how he works with Dalton. Mm-hmm. But
I am too. I can't wait for a young guy.
And it's this like younger guy because he's like I think he's 41.
Oh, okay. Well, he looks. I think he looks.
He looks like he's in his 30s.
Yeah.
But it's just like the fact. It's just like the idea of just like Roger Moore's so old that we're like, oh, the young guy who's in his 40s.
Yeah. Ugh.
It's like going back to watch Never Say Never Again. Oh, nice. We have the young guy.
Yeah.
Sean Connery,
especially looking.
Yeah.
I'm. Yeah. We already talked about it. Man, I loved Sean, how he looked in that one.
Yeah.
I love that they were like, you can be old.
Yeah. Don't get Botox.
Oh, yeah.
No, M sucks because M's lost in the shuffle at this point.
Yep.
Which I don't know why they didn't just take the Ministry of Defense and make him M.
Yeah,
because
they could have. It would have flowed.
The Ministry of Defense also does the thing where in all the Bond movies so far where that he appears in where he's like, fuck James Bond, and M has to be the one like, hey, all right, take it easy.
Yeah.
You know?
He's kind of cool.
Yeah, all right. We once in a threesome in Hong Kong, and it was pretty fucking cool. You know? I think that they should have just had him be M.
Yeah, because we talked about it.
Is that a demotion, actually?
I don't know. I'm fine if it was a demo. Maybe he's like, oh, I love this stuff. I want to go there. I just like the idea that it's somebody who already exists in the like ecosystem.
Well, Robert Brown did exist because he was in Spy Who Loved Me, and he was in, I think, Moonraker at one point. But
don't care. Another guy.
but this is Robert Brown's thing is that he's just like Joe. He's just like, oh, I'm chill, and you know,
yeah, I'm the cool.
Yeah, I'm the substitute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
hey, kids, you didn't have to do your homework.
Don't
call me him.
category.
Call me Robert. Call me Bob.
Call me Mother.
Yeah. And I don't know. I think it would have been better because Ministry of Defense guy has like that energy already towards him.
Yeah.
Even in this movie, he has that energy towards him.
Oh, yeah. No. Next, we got Felix.
But hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. We're getting there. We're building to it.
I want to get away from him. I want to get away from her.
We gotta talk about Moneypenny because their final fucking movie.
I don't care. Her crying was dumb.
her crying was dumb. Her scenes were dumb. Her at the horse track was dumb.
Yeah. I didn't mind. No, I minded all of it. Yeah, I didn't like her in this one.
Are you sad though?
Yeah, I'm a little sad, but I mean, she's great for Roger Moore, but I'm glad that it's gonna be somebody I'm assuming younger for Dalton.
A lot younger. Yeah. I think the actress playing her in Living Daylights is like 22.
Oh wow, that might be a little too young. I like the idea that M has like a seasoned secretary versus a fresh 22. You've been what?
Yeah, I'm gonna look up old
4 or
shows.
5 years being a secretary.
Yeah,
I want M to have the most seasoned of the secretaries.
Yeah, she was actually she was 26 years old.
Oh, that's not bad. That's more believable for me.
Yeah, but yeah, Moneypenny is going to be gone, which is, I'm happy. And I'm sad because I loved Lois Maxwell for the first 10 years of this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But, since Roger Moore became Bond, it has been a sharp decline for her. Because I remember how much we loved her in Dr. No.
Yeah,
From Russia with Love.
Her and Sean had great chemistry.
Her and George had great chemistry.
That's true.
George kissed her on the mouth.
He did.
And we had the crying scene in that one, which was amazing.
Yeah.
And then...
And now every time she cries, I'm like...
Fuck you.
But is this the wedding again?
It's not.
No. So you're not allowed to cry.
Yeah. And I don't know.
And I don't want to talk about Q either. This is
Q,
dumb.
Q sucks.
Yeah.
I miss my Cockney Q.
Yeah, I want Q back.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm gonna say this. I can't believe I'm saying this. I want my. Are we ready to have some gratuitous sex and violence?
Yeah. Hey, the Q scene in Never Say Never was good.
I know it was. We're in the minority.
Yeah.
People fucking hate that movie, dude.
Dude, I don't know what it is, but I liked that movie. But we'll see where it ends up on the list.
Yeah.
But it's above a lot of the more ones.
Yeah.
The next thing is Felix, which we kind of have two. We have, I forget his name again, but we have the CIA member, and then I don't remember what titties.
Tibbet is part of MI6. Tibbet, probably.
You think so?
Yeah, because he says he's one of our agents.
Oh, okay.
Tibbet's a 3.5.
Oh, should we put him in? He should be Felix still, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you say 2.5?
I said 3.5.
Oh, okay. Huh. I was gonna throw hands.
Yeah.
I'm probably at 4. He's one of my favorite non-Felix people. He's up there with Quarrel.
Yeah?
Yeah, I really liked him. I loved the chemistry they had, which I can't believe I'm saying. But
yeah, Roger. It took Roger Moore 12 fucking years when he found chemistry with somebody.
I loved the espionage scene. I loved the little servant jabs that they were giving back and forth.
I think the reason why I can't give him 4 is because his death is so fucking dumb.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right.
It's not
even demote him too.
It's not even the death itself. It's the.
It's so avoidable.
Where did she go?
Whatever.
I guess I won't check the back seat even though I'm a fucking secret agent.
Yeah. And then it's the same thing earlier on when he gets spooked by Bond. It's like you didn't go for your gun or anything?
Yeah, no.
Just squeal.
Yeah, I'm not. I like Tibbet, but I can only give him so much.
Yeah, I would like to see him more, I guess.
I would have liked to see
that
him.
It could be better.
I would have liked to see him in more Roger Moore movies, but I would never like to see him in any other Bond movie. I don't think I would not want to see him and Sean Connery interact.
Yeah, that's true. Sean got real Felix though, so he got 2 real Felix.
In Roger's defense, he had the second best Felix we've ever had. Probably
was
the one from Live and Let Die.
What's the one with the funny name? Last name?
Holly Goodhead?
No. The Felix, the actor.
Oh, Van Nutter?
Yeah, Nutter.
That was in Thunderball.
So that was Connery too.
Yeah.
So I still think Nutter is my number 2.
That's fine.
And then
all right, well, third best. Who cares?
Yeah, way different.
All right. Connery had the Diamonds Are Forever
give
guy.
Him the third one. You take that back. And then the CIA guy was all right. I give him like 2.
I give him 1.
Yeah,
he did nothing to the film.
Yeah, you're right. Give him 1.5.
He was a sacrificial lamb. He was a guy to give us exposition that we didn't need.
Yeah,
that we could have gotten in my rewrite from one character. We could condense it all into one person.
Yeah, and then he died.
Yeah.
We got story.
1.
Yeah, it's hard to follow. I like the.
It's got a lot of good ideas. It's just none of them come together. And like I've pointed out in my ranting and raving about it, like it's all avoidable things that you just change one character.
Yeah.
And everything is smoothed out from that point forward. So everything becomes more consistent and streamlined. And it's just like it becomes more of an adventure film rather than because like obviously we're not doing a detective film here.
Yeah.
Anymore.
Oh, not at all.
Like
I really like the betrayal, like the build up of
Mayday
in his relationship and like that whole thing at the end. But then I'm like, yeah, they grew the characters, and I go, but not the Scar guy and the Nazi. So not really too much focused on 2 there.
Yeah. And even then, they didn't really focus on it that much. They didn't build up like anything. It was like a thing that happened out of nowhere. Yeah, which is why it shocked her.
I felt betrayed.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. I had already seen that, and I was like, wow, I did not see this coming.
Yeah.
I thought that they were weird animal sex friends.
It's one of those twists where it's like it's a twist that like they didn't give you any clues to.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those fuck you Shyamalan twists where it's just like, yeah, obviously I couldn't saw that coming because like
the anti-twist twist.
You never built it up. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. Give it a 1.5.
Yeah.
Cinematography.
Like 1. It's fucking bland as fuck, dude.
Yeah, nothing blew me away in this. I do really like the mindset though. I thought that was nice. I thought that was shot pretty well with the different innocent people dying. Mm-hmm. But everything else, the rear projection in the beginning is god awful. Mm-hmm. And then nothing else stuck out to me.
Gadgets.
There was one that I thought was all right.
There was the glasses. There was the
glasses are kind of cool.
And they had
no, I like the Ring camera.
The Ring camera. I'll probably give it 2.
Yeah, because I think the Ring camera is actually like a cool. Yeah. Like I'm surprised because he hasn't really been using cameras on people a lot. It's more like on documents.
Yeah. I feel like I feel like this entire series, other than like Thunderball, I've given the gadgets like a 2.
Yeah.
Like even if I like them, like fucking 2. I hate gadgets.
Some of them I like a lot. And then for this, there's no car, so
yeah, there is. There's the French Taxi, I guess. Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh,
5 stars.
5 stars for the taxi guy going. Oh.
Yeah. Was it even him doing it?
No, it's clearly bad dubbing. I wouldn't be surprised if it was the sound editor being like, "Oh, I gotta have something here."
Yeah.
Oh my god! Oh!
He's still waving his hands and everything.
Yeah.
But that's it for the categories.
That is it for the categories. And this is the final Roger Moore film. The evil is gone. We are out of the dark ages.
Yeah. I feel better.
Yeah. Do you feel like this was worse because of Never Say Never Again? As we had like a brief moment, a brief divergent from the Roger Moore era, and we had like an actual Bond movie for a second?
Yeah. I would. It definitely didn't help. Like getting that refrain, and I really liked Roger Moore is obviously old. Like, I like that in Never Say Never Again. They're like, yeah, you're old. We're going to roll with it. Instead of being like, you fuck 20-year-old babes constantly.
Yeah.
Like, you are the man.
Well, I mean, Connery does fuck 20-year-old babes constantly in that movie.
It's just believable.
Yeah, but it's just believable because he's still hot.
And wasn't it a girl with, like, daddy issues or something, too?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, like, perfect.
Exactly, yeah. It's just, I don't know. I mean, so, yeah, Roger Moore was out, and then they went on a giant casting call for the next movie where Sam Neill was almost casted as James Bond, but they said he didn't really have any sexual chemistry.
I have to look up who that is.
Remember Jurassic Park?
Oh, really?
Yeah, Dr. Grant.
Yeah, I was gonna say the main guy.
Yeah, he was considered. There actually is footage of his screen test, and you can see what I mean.
Yeah,
where he comes off as very like asexual almost.
That's interesting. Yeah, I could totally see that.
And
I still think Mr. Bean didn't get his chance.
And then there was 2 in the running for the lead, and it was Pierce Brosnan and Timothy Dalton. And Timothy Dalton was like, I would love to, but I can't. I have this other movie I am shooting. So he had to turn the movie down. And they casted Pierce Brosnan in the role. But Pierce Brosnan was on a TV show and that was ending. But because of the renewed interest in the show, because it was announced that he was Bond, like it was announced, it wasn't like a thing. Like they took publicity photos with him, like everything. They got him deals for like commercials and shit.
No.
And then they were like, "Damn, there's a lot of interest on Pierce Brosnan. Let's do one more season of that show." And then the schedule of the show was gonna conflict with the filming of the movie, so they had to, and they couldn't come to an agreement over it. So they had to let Pierce Brosnan go. But by that point, Timothy Dalton's schedule got freed up. So Timothy Dalton got to be James Bond.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool.
Isn't that fucking crazy that Pierce Brosnan almost played Bond?
Younger, too.
You know, almost 10 years before he was going to. And also, this was Timothy Dalton's 3rd time being
attempting.
Consider. He was they originally wanted him for On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wasn't he in?
But he was 23 years old, and they were like, "That's too young." And then he was considered,
"You're too hot."
And then he was considered again for Live and Let Die, and they were like, "You're like 26 or 27, so no."
Just let him do it, man.
And then now we have him, 41 years old. We're entering the short-lived Timothy Dalton era. George Lazenby 2.0.
How many movies?
It's 2.
No, I thought it was more. No. Thought it was like 4.
No, we have 2 with him, and then we immediately jump to the Brosnan era, which is 4, and then we jump to the Craig era.
Oh, okay. At least I had the number 4 was right for somebody.
Yeah.
Wow, we're this close already. Wow.
Yeah, we only have 6 left of the original series.
That's pretty crazy.
And then we're into the reboot.
Can't wait.
Yeah, you fucking.
I can't wait to have to tear them apart though.
Really?
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting.
Are you expecting? Why are you expecting that?
Definitely for 2 of them. I think so transparency. I watched before we did this. Like, one of the things that sparked a lot of interest in me again in it was I watched Casino Royale, and I was like, oh. It's like, damn, I like this movie a lot. And then when we saw No Time to Die, I was like, can we do that?
Yeah.
Because we've been talking about this since when you found out I hadn't watched all of them.
Yeah.
Like 3
We've been talking about
years
this
ago,
2017, probably.
Oh, I forgot about COVID. Yeah. Around 2017.
Yeah. And yeah, so it's like I mean, I'm interested in seeing how you're gonna feel about him as Bond, with knowing that you've now that you've seen
and stuff,
Sean and George and T. Dalton, Brosnan.
I can't wait.
And then my goal is to hopefully have your list be like.
He just wants to dethrone Craig is all.
Yeah. I'm actually expecting you to have your favorite Bond to be T-Dolt.
Really?
Yeah. Because he has a mixture of everybody. He's got like the sexy brute of George and Sean. And he's got the suave. He's got the Sean swagger.
He's got the old of Moore.
He doesn't. He has like the wit of Moore.
Okay.
And Brosnan, and then he has the I'm a psychopath with feelings of Craig.
Cool.
Craig takes that one aspect of Dalton and makes that his entire character.
Yeah. Which I like.
Yeah. But anyway, we'll do that next week. So next week, tune in for The Living Daylights, the beginning of the T-Dolt era, and we'll see you Tuesday. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Have a good one.
Bye.